For DC Comics and Warner Brothers, a third wave of job cuts in the new year. Happy holidays and a happy New Year's to you, DC Comics. Now, bend over you must and get what's coming to you! Suffered 2 waves of job cuts during 2020. DC Comics and all of Warner's have, including senior and long-standing company members, including staff that had been with the company for over 25 years, repeatedly aware Bleeding Cool has been that stopping it won't be. And in the new year, a third expected wave is coming. No surprise this is to me after the disaster that was Wonder Woman 84. Incredibly hard it is bombing, and the worst rated movie out of all DCEU films on IMDb. Even worse than Birds of Prey.
God damn. I've only watched like half of it at a friend's house just because I don't care enough to pay for HBO Max and all the theaters around me are still shut down. That said, I haven't watched enough of it to do a full review yet. It still feels like the first movie was just way better and a superior product. And in my opinion, Wonder Woman, the first movie, is still the best overall DCEU film.
Correct you would be in that assumption. A downgrade in literally every aspect the latest Wonder Woman movie is. From the writing, to the action, to the overall plot itself.
You know, I had a feeling it was going to be trash after seeing how Cheetah looked in some of the leaked shots. What's with Hollywood making super weird looking cat girls lately? First you had the live action Cats movie creeping people out in the trailers, and now this. Japan just does cat girls way better. Why couldn't they just copy how Cheetah looks from the Injustice 2 game instead of being a bunch of stupid
Fired in 2020, publisher of DC Comics, Dan Didio, was after a number of editorial departures, including Pat McCallum, Alex Antone, Molly Mahan, and Rob Levin, deciding to quit, followed by VP Courtney Simmons Brown in favor of working instead on a new Lord of the Rings series for Amazon.
Smart decision there by Courtney. That's definitely an improvement in employment. Hope they don't trash the Lord of the Rings series like they did with Star Wars. Hobbits 1 and 2 is still grades above better than the sequel trilogy.
Talking shiznit about Star Wars we are? Talking shiznit about Star Wars we are?
The Mandalorian has your whole franchise on life support, so why don't you just shut the
Saw the departure, while November saw of the following. Centuries of experience and knowledge each time DC lost. Just as damning, a third wave will be. Goodness, barely anyone left. There will be, except for interns and janitors, more experienced employees there would be at your local Walmart.
Yeah, DC Comics is done. By the time these layoffs are through, it's going to be some little hole-in-the-wall office with half a dozen people inside scrambling, trying to do the jobs of like 2 to 4 other people.
A truly sad end to one of America's most prestigious companies. And the end of an era. Soon, no longer, I will see Superman and Batman comics on the shelves, but only in theaters.
Ultimately, that was kind of always the plan even for Marvel. Comics could have easily kept going with the lockdowns happening, and the popularity of superhero movies right now should have been a huge boost to comic books in general. Instead, you got a bunch of weirdos obsessed with pushing agendas over entertainment that got into comics, and they thought that they couldn't fail because they had the right licenses.
Ironic, it truly is, that previously failed comic book movies have in the past because unable they were to bring the heroes to the big screen properly. But now, the opposite has occurred. Failing comic book movies are now because unable to replicate the magic of superhero movies in the theaters.
That's actually a really good observation. I remember back when a lot of people thought that the original Spider-Man movie of Tobey Maguire was going to fail because comic book movies simply didn't have a good track record at all. Back then, if it wasn't a solo Batman movie or Superman movie, it was just going to flop. You know, that was just the way it used to be. Now it's reversed, with superhero movies having all the success and comic books barely resembling what's on screen.
Oh, forgot to do my Wonder Woman 84 movie review I have. Very complex and thought-provoking it is. Enjoy it you will. Yes, enjoy it you will.
We already know what you're going to do, Yoda. You're going to go into the bathroom, call the movie a piece of crap, and then flush the toilet, and that's going to be the whole review. Look, It's old as hell, and you need to stop.
My review of Wonder Woman 84 belongs in the kitchen. Women do, and crap belongs in the toilet. The toilet goes whoosh.